All right, what's going on, y'all? Today we got 2021 underground rappers. Where are they now? Let's get into it.
Now, the 2021 underground scene, it was really a time you just had to be there to experience it all in its greatness. Which,
Absolutely
besides it being
beautiful.
COVID at the time and everyone was sick as hell and at home doing God knows what y'all do in y'all free time, a lot of rappers during this time seen this as an opportunity to really blow up. And arguably, this is a time where people say that these artists were the most hungriest, as during COVID they had a lot of time to really find their sound and really polish it. And especially for the younger rappers during that time, they had no responsibilities, no school, they just had a microphone and FL Studio in that room. It was really just bound to happen as soon as they switched to online schools, because we all know that we did not attend any of those online classes. But back on topic, the pandemic basically birthed, a lot of new underground rappers, which a lot of them, really stamped their name in the underground, and some of them kind of fell off. But we're gonna talk about all of them and where they are now.
2021 was pivotal
music, are they still
to
making the same type of
rap
music,
music
or
in
maybe
general.
did they quit altogether?
Same with
But we're gonna
2016.
study and really find
A lot of
out
people
where
who were
these
too
rappers
young
are
to
today
get the
in
2016,
2025.
2017
I also
SoundCloud
want to
wave.
see if them now
2021
and them in
happened.
2021 even come in comparison.
That caused a
But if
shift
you
from
haven't, make sure you
NY
like and
drill
subscribe, and
to
we'll do it
underground
again.
music.
Now, the first person
From
I'm going to
NLE
talk
Choppa
about
and
is going
Polo
to be
G
Ye. Now, he was a pretty
to
known
Slum
underground
Sixes and
artist at the
Tana.
time, working with people like Isaiah TG, Summers, and Autumn. He was heavily in the underground scene and tapped in with a lot of other underground rappers at the time, which I know a lot of people at the time were saying, oh,
But
he's
that's
gonna be a one-hit wonder
crazy.
and that no one will be talking about Ye in the next 2 years. But as of now, it's pretty clear to see that he's totally surpassed the whole underground scene. And as of now, I'll just totally say that he's a mainstream artist now.
He
And
on the way
looking
to
down
being
on
a
my list, he's
superstar.
probably one of the most successful underground rappers from that era, which I don't even think anyone even comes close to him that were from this era.
Successful.
But one thing I could say is that his fan base did a total 180. Like, his fan base was mostly, underground fans, and now his fans are mostly like Kim Carson type kids. There's no one that listens to underground music that actually listens to Ye anymore, which his music is still good, but for me at least, I would always prefer, the old 2021
Bro, he could never
Ye.
miss.
And I feel like some of y'all can agree with me, but let me know. Now,
Ye had
another
a
artist that was pretty big
MJ,
back in 2021 has to be
94,
SSG
96
Kobe.
Bulls
And if you guys
run.
don't remember him, maybe this will jog your memory.
I'm at a third. For that bitch, I'm a layup. I get the money, no layup.
But again, he was pretty tapped in with a lot of artists during this era.
Then he had
And
allegations,
really
and then it all
that
fell
not much
apart.
people really talk about is him and Can Can. They sound amazing together, and at one point they even had a small EP together.
And Can Can was my favorite from this time
SSG
period.
Kobe is now today, it's fair to say that he pretty much fell off.
I
Which
love
the
me
main
some
reason
Can
SSG
Can.
Kobe started to fall off was back in 2022. He got some allegations of R-wording a girl, which they were later disproven, but the damage was already done to his career. His music career was basically tarnished by some false allegations, which nowadays he still makes some music.
It's crazy because it don't even work like that no more. Because we got people like Nine Vicious,
and
the accusations are true.
Discourage him with
And
making his music, now.
A lot of them too.
Always, pretty sad to see
And Kobe's
someone go
music
down
is
for
actually
false
good. It's not even like he's so
allegations. Now,
bad
next
to
person
where
I have is Cash
it's just,
Dami.
oh
This guy has
my God.
totally fell off the face of the earth. It's not a question. This guy just totally fell off. You never hear this guy mentioned in the Big 25. And to be honest, he might be deserved because his high top was atrocious, which no one should have this on their head, let alone witness it. Which, back on topic, I'm gonna keep it a bit short for Cash Dami because I already talked about him about like 2 times in 2 other videos. Go watch those if you haven't. But after 2021, people basically just got tired of his sound, and he wasn't really doing much evolution with his sound, over the past couple of years.
He was making a song and then doing the song again, but slowed or sped up.
As he used to, but he still drops music consistently.
In the second half.
Like, he just dropped a 20-song album in September, which I'm not listening to, but is there. But nowadays, he definitely still has, a fan base, but he's not nearly as big as he once was in 2021. But even though he fell off and his high top is kind of crazy, he's still a legendary figure in the underground scene. Don't get that mistaken. If you guys didn't know, he was one of the most popular underground artists during the 2021 era. Now, next, I'm just going to talk about overall the whole collective level. They were in their prime in 2021, which I'm really just going to get into Autumn, Summers, and Can Can. Which first we're going to start with Summers, which he had a banger 2021. He dropped What We Have and Nothing More, Nothing Less.
Bro, I could never get into Summers like that. Like, I rock with his music.
I don't think anything he dropped recently has topped this. These 2 projects were simply just masterpieces. But as of now, Summers is still underground, but he's
whatever
still pretty known as
the
an artist
album
overall.
that had so much cheese,
still pretty
that was
relevant
like
because
my
occasionally
favorite
he'll
from
drop,
Summers.
a banger and then just disappear for a while. But this year specifically, he's been experimenting with his sound a lot with R&B and just other different, sounds. which he still has a pretty big fan base, but he still hasn't really blew up. So that's really the state of where Summer's career is right now. But I'll definitely say that his music from 2021 is better than what he's doing now. Now, next person I have is going to be Autumn, which in 2021, Autumn had a legendary year, which the only album he dropped this year was Golden Child, but what really blew him up was the singles and EPs this year. Which this catalog of songs is already legendary, he then later drops
Crazy.
One Way, and this song was really the song of the year. Which I'm not
Put
even
him
gonna
on
try
the
to play a
map.
snippet
Well,
of
I
it
ain't put
because
him on the
YouTube
map,
just be
but
on my behind. But overall, Summers had a pretty good, year in
he
2021.
went up on
And
One Way.
nowadays, he's still pretty successful with his music. A lot of people like to say he fell off, but the views are saying a whole different thing. Which I feel like a lot of underground fans tend to say that he fell off just because we don't really listen to him anymore. But I'll definitely say he's still striving. The only problem I have with Autumn in the upcoming 2026 year is that this guy nostalgia farms with his own music way too much. Like example A, he had this hit song back in 2020 named Still the Same. Now why in 2025 there is Still the Same 3 now? And he really does this with a lot of other songs. Like why in the world is there a one?
You can't even get
three?
mad at that
I
though,
can just
because
imagine
NLE
Autumn
Chopper
fans
got
being
Shot
up
of
in
Flow
joy once
6,
to see him
7,
drop a
8,
fifth
9,
version of
10,
One
6,
Way.
7,
That song of the original was
7.
amazing. We
Nah,
can slow down on all those recreations.
I'm a
Because I don't know
stupid
who in the
fucking
world is asking
chud.
for a third version of the same dance song. It's obvious you're just farming for nostalgia. Which then we have Can, which he was also a really big artist back in
I'm such a
2021. He had
stupid
classics under his
chud,
belt
bro.
during this year.
I'm a
like
grown
Woke
man
Up,
talking about some
None to
6,
Me,
7.
in the Really Rich album. This album was also pretty good. Had Yeet on it too.
Alright.
But Can was one of the faces of the underground. He was the blueprint at one point. But as of now, where his career is, 5 years after him blowing up back in 2021, he's damn near nowhere to be seen. As after 2021, he basically stopped dropping music as a whole. Like in a time span of 4 years, we only got 2 EPs and a couple samples. It was truly just a tragic time to be a Can fan after 2021. But as of present time, it seems like he's trying to revive his music career as he just dropped an album, a month ago. So it seems like now he's trying to put some effort into it. Or his bread from 2021 just ran out. But I cannot forget, Baby Santana, because he was really running laps in underground back in 2021. When he dropped Antisocial, it was really just a time you had to be there to experience it all. And till this day, it's still one of the biggest songs on all his platforms. Which in the same year, he also dropped Antisocial 2, which also went as hard. But as of now in 2025, I'll say he's still in the same position as someone like Summers, where they're drop bangers occasionally, to keep their name relevant, but they're not really, bouncing out the underground. As right now, they're kind of just stuck in the underground scene. But overall, the lesson you should learn from this video is that it doesn't matter how fast you run, but how far are you willing to go. But chat, really think about that. But that's all I gotta say.
Alright,
for this video.
philosophical ass nigga. You know what? I'm gonna cut him off right there. You don't get to do your outro. I do my outro. Alright, so that was 2021 Underground Rappers. Where Are They Now? By I think Kayua. He hard. Check him out. Like to do videos. With that being said, check out the stream every once in a while. All my links in the description. Appreciate y'all for watching the video, man. Peace out.